Alright everyone, welcome back to another Star Wars Galaxy Previews video with Fat Phil. Guys, we have our February 2023 account update. This one's pretty interesting. As far as like galactic power growth goes, I would say this was a very slow month. I think that it's still really important. I'm going to show you guys some different things. You guys know in January, one of the areas I really focused heavily on was mods, as I had a really good month there. Here, we're going to focus on something else, but you guys need to stay tuned to see that. So let's dive right into our video, guys. The biggest thing that I've started doing, so I have a new tab here. So you guys know I had my secret plans for 2023. I've actually created a tab here for actual farms. This is something I've been planning to do this year where I'm going to keep track of all of the big changes that have occurred in my account. I think it'll be kind of cool to marry it up between, all right, what did I do? What did I say I was going to do in my secret plans at the beginning of the year? And how has it changed? What has been done already? So this will be a good place for you guys to kind of see the biggest changes. And one of the first ones that happened in February was Maul. I took Maul from Relic 5 to Relic 7. Not only does this help my Lord Vader team, but really he was there because my guild needed him for Rise of the Empire operations. And I just thought that it'd be better for me to be, bumping him up a little bit and placing him myself. And then you guys know we did Fennec already, but two other characters that I took from 0 all the way to Relic 7 was Ben Solo, who I really can't even use. And then finally, Boba Fett, Cyanide Jango, who I don't mind. He's got his leadership Omicron, but definitely not the best character. He's Territory Wars. Like, he can be good. I could have... These two characters, I could have easily gotten C-3PO to Relic 7. I could have gotten Han Solo to Relic 8 and even worked on some others because that was a lot of signal data for me between those three this month. So those were the three big Relic changes. Again, I want to start on this tab. This will be where my Relic changes come from, and I kind of have it broken out between, all right, Canderous was a Gear 12 earlier in the year, right? Gear 12 to Relic 5. JML to Jabba. So this is saying these two characters are going from where I had them for JML, which was Relic 5 and Relic 6, to where they'll be for Jabba, right, which will be 7 and 8, so it'll be even higher than this. And then again, just kind of breaking them out between like all the way, a little bit of the way, whatever the case is. So that's the characters that I did there. If we go to the journey guide, we'll start here. We finally got Aura Singh to 7-star. That wasn't that bad. So after I kind of did some work there, we got some Aura Singh there. Hopefully you guys enjoyed that. I know people keep asking for it in every single video. Thank you for totally embarrassing me on YouTube yet again. Yeah, I really don't care. My mom embarrassed me enough in life that I think we're okay that I can do it on YouTube to myself. Now, all right, side note. My mother in high school, she dropped me off at practice like the day before I was going for my driver's license. She's dropping me off at cross-country practice, screams out the window that somebody needs to come over and hold my hand while I cross the street. Yeah, that was my mother. Yep, that was through all of life, too. Anyway, I love her dearly. Yeah, I really do. But, no, so we took to Gear 12. Again, you guys know I did work on my Tuskens. So he is, at least for Jabba the Hutt, right? We're getting that gear back. And then Chrysanthemum is almost at 6-star. Made a lot of progress with him. Again, drop rates in the Cantina aren't the greatest, right? It's brutal, but we're getting there. Bush Leia, Gift Guard Lando, inching ever closer to that, elusive 7-star. They're the next two that I will be putting Relic pieces onto. These guys here, they're ones that I've been kind of waiting to put gear on along with Aura Singh. So very excited to kind of get these guys up and running, get them in the roster here. As far as other things we've done, our armor is now 7 stars. We're working on getting her gear, waiting to do that after Jabba. She needs a lot of Kyrotex, and it's just not worth it for me right now to take as big of a detour for her until after Jabba is done. You guys heard me mention Tusken, so I did say one of the things I want to do with my account this time around is I'm not going to sit around like I did with Inquisitors. So we're going to try and get Tuskens as early as we can. So Tusken Shaman went from gear 1 to gear 11. And then I threw both Zetas on Tusken Chieftain and Tusken Warrior, along with taking them both to gear 8. Again, the reason they stopped at 8 is just when they started needing the core gear here, where I just didn't think I was ready to apply these things yet. Again, I'm not saying that I might not do it after Jabba, but they didn't actually need Kyrotex at gear 8, which was shocking. I was totally shocked by that. That's normally where you start needing Kyrotex. But again, stun guns, stun cuffs, Mark III hollows, we're trying to save those things, so they're just going to kind of sit there on the back burner. Shaman is the same thing. He needed some of these pieces like the Mark 8 biotech implants and I think the Mark 6 stun gun here were the two areas that I was like, I'm not willing to go that far yet. So I think where their transition will be in terms of gear will be whether or not I feel I can complete the daily challenges with them. So if as long as I can get their galactic challenges done with that, I think they'll be set to go. So as far as some of the other things, let me go all the way back up here. I don't know if you guys can hear Pippin and Dobby just like going crazy at each other. This happens like every single time I try to film, I swear, especially late at night. Like they just want me to be down here for like 6 hours. So yeah, then Imperial Super Commando is favorited. He is favorited because, we go to ships real quick. So our Star Fortress is 9 shards away from being completed, while our Raven's Claw is done. And when I finished the Raven's Claw, I said, okay, I want to go and finish Imperial Super Commando. Because if we go to Fleets real quick, go all the way over here to Fleets, that is the last thing I need. If we start all the way back here, like I've got Mando, I have Nest, B1, Shakti, those are all farmed. We have the First Order shuttle. Omega is 7-star. Whoops. There she is, right? Grief Cargo, we've got TIE Advanced. Imperial Super Commando, I don't have 7-star yet. We're very close. I was already really close with him. We have all of these ships and characters that are on these nodes. We have, the Raven's Claw we just got. We need the Star Fortress. I have all these things. And then finally in these nodes as well, I've got all of this stuff at 7-star. So Imperial Super Commando and Star Fortress are the last things I need inside of the fleet nodes. So once I finish those off, I won't have any shards that I can farm in fleets. And that'll be a huge milestone for me. That means if TIE Defender hits a fleet node, or if they throw some of these Tuskens there, whatever happens with fleets, I can go and start farming that immediately, which is a really big milestone for my account. And it's something I'm very proud of that I've been able to finally get there. So that's why Commando's there. Again, not planning to gear him at any point, just want to get him 7-star again. Kind of do a little bit of Ash catch-em, right? You got to catch them all. We want to get there relatively soon, right? It's important that you constantly build those characters. We are currently farming, if we go to Inquisitors, they're kind of that, you guys know they're that next project here. So Second Sister is almost at 7 stars. She's the March login reward, and being the primary login reward, I'll get 80 shards of her through that. So I purposefully got her to 20 out of 100 and stopped farming her, because the daily logins are going to get me there anyway, and I still have a lot of time before these characters are done. So may as well just take advantage of the free resources from Capital Games there. So Ninth Sister, we're approaching that 6-star. Again, over halfway done with her. We just started farming 8th Brother and 7th Sister. So a little bit slow going there. Again, nothing, I don't want to say earth-shattering with them. Just continuing to work through the shard farming as I can. That's kind of the primary goal right now. 5th Brother, definitely on that back burner because he is in the Cantina. I'm not dreading him as much because he's a 10 energy node. So whenever the time comes that I do need to farm 5th Brother, it won't be ridiculously long. Hopefully, I think by the time he does end up getting there, he will be on an accelerated drop rate because 9th Sister here and our 7th Sister are both accelerated at this point. second sister, she's accelerated at this point too. So those Inquisitors starting to become a year old, which is honestly, for my account, that's going to be really big. I think that'll really help me get through these guys and start working on those next things down the road. As far as next projects, again, you guys know this is kind of ever changing, ever evolving. So Tuskens are definitely going to be there. I don't know where they'll end up, but wherever they do end up farmable, I think there'll be something that I'd like to do. Just hopefully not Cantina. I'm sick of these Cantina farms. But Vandor Chewbacca will be on that list. We need Vandor. He's on a 12 energy node, which is super nice. That's a very lucrative node for me. So that'll probably be a character that I'm going to start farming once I finish Bush Leia. And then Skiffguard Lando will probably be throwing in someone like either Shorty or maybe starting to think about the Afra characters, Trip and BT. Again, just working through our options of what I can farm at the current time. Sana and Hondo are both in Cantina. Yet again, these Cantina nodes, people think they're really nice, but even though they're on the 8 energy node, which isn't bad, right? Like, they could be a lot worse. It's still Cantina. It's still going to take away Relic mats. So finding those hard nodes for me will be important. Otherwise, guys, that's the video. We didn't gain a lot in GP, but I didn't gain a lot in GP, right? We didn't make a lot of big changes. You guys saw, like, there was 3 relics, and one of them was already at Relic 5 as it is. So 2, like, brand new relics. Everything else kind of sitting around. But you can look. I could completely upgrade to Gear 13. And that's because I have been hoarding relic pieces like crazy, along with core gear. I've been in this hoard phase for a little bit, where one of the areas I am lacking in was relic mats because of all those changes I did with Maul, Boba Fett, Sign Django, Ben Solo. I really ran out of signal data. I used a lot of signal data on them that I really could have used with Jabba, but for the good of my guild, and it's important that you, again, if you guys have seen that video, to stop doing this. I will link it in the video description if you guys haven't seen it yet. Guys, as an officer, you need to lead by example. So leading by example, I delayed my Jabba farm to ensure that my guild could do better in Rise of the Empire. So, but in the areas of how I made up for it, you guys will see that we've got lots of Kyrotex hoarded up for Jabba, lots of Carbanis and stun guns there. We've even got, Mark III hollow projectors are in that hoard phase. And then again, even stun cuffs. Look, we've got 1,700 of them. So this account, guys, I'm really proud of what I've been able to do. Done some targeted hoarding, ensured that when I'm ready to start getting those signal data, like I've already I can show you this. You guys probably might have seen it already, but I have 114 blue signal data saved up from, I've gone in here and I've bought, after GAC rewards came, I bought 2 of these weekly shipments, so 50 of these for 1,500. It's a little bit, you're probably paying a little bit more than you would via crystals, but this is going to save me so much time, right? That's a lot. That's a couple of, it's probably, a little bit like 8 or 9 days of farming, right? For 100 of those. That's a lot of days of farming that I saved. So if I can do that by getting 100 of those, that's well worth my time in the Cantina. Again, just trying to get to Jabba faster with all the hoarding that I've been able to do. But that's the video, guys. Let me know what your thoughts are down below. As always, like, subscribe, comment, and if you are still watching, you guys know the drill. We need to pay homage to the King, Wampa. He gets his time to shine in every single video, and I change up of when he's going because I want to see who the real fans are. If you guys want to see Wampa hit Relic 8 live on stream, get this channel to 5,000 subscribers, guys. That's the major goal for 2023, Wampa Relic 8. I love every single one of you. May the Force be with you, and I'll see you in the next video. Cheers.